Yeah, where are you at this point in the game? How do you feel about it?
I mean, to start off, there's just not enough stuff to do,
There's not
right?
enough stuff to do. Yeah.
Even though they added Cassitan and added Peak and all this, it's like there's just still really not enough, especially since Cassidan, the way they made it is only really for bigger guilds. It's not really for like the small guys at all. Like they put, I don't know, like let's say with my Cassitan, like they put EXE, which is like one of the biggest guilds out there, with a bunch of like other servers who are below 500 million power. It's just ridiculous. Like there's nothing like any of the other servers could do. It's only stuff that EXE can do, really.
So it's totally uneven, and it's like there's not even any way to like redistribute the power, because before on our single server, like you could like recruit people or you could like merge guilds and try to like
Yeah.
even out the power.
Yeah. And then it's like if they did it kind of where um like kind of like how Galactic Campaign is, like based on where everyone's at like in the same standing, like that would be better. But it's like they just
It's like random.
yeah, it's just completely random. And then it's just they say, hey, EXE will go here, and then we'll put oh, I don't know. Let's put 1265. Let's put, 1500 brand new server.
Yeah.
Like let's just put all these guys here, and then we'll just let EXE just have their fun. Just so that we can keep them entertained because they're the big dogs of the game. And it's like, and I honestly feel that's how it is. Like they have Cassidy to just um, you know, keep the big guys entertained while the little guys don't really get much out of it besides extra resources, really. That's really the only thing they get out of it. They can't even get any like of the tokens from
Mm-hmm.
Cassidy because they can't get enough points. Like if it was based on like actual guild points rather than like controlling as many capitals, then I could see it being a little better because then other guilds would actually be able to get points so that they can spend on things. But it's based on whoever owns the most capitals.
And
Like
the
that's
issue is like you have to have your fort like at the border or the capital in order to
yeah,
be even able to fight it, which is I think
yeah.
that's just like so stupid,
Hmm.
right?
And yeah, and if they and what makes it even harder is if you can't even get your forts to a gate. Like those people could just defend that gate from anywhere across the server, but
Right.
you had to get your fort there to defend it or to take it.
Yeah.
But then they can also just attack your fort, like
So that's
because it's just in their
so that's the
territory.
problem with like Cassitan is like the main thing, but the problem is that it's like fundamentally just flawed.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah. If Cassitan was more based around equal power servers going into a game, then it would probably be a whole lot better because you can't just have one side just dominating the whole game and that's it. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
yeah, I agree.
Um,
And like, but here's okay. So my number one problem with the game and the reason that I'm quitting is because in the beginning when we first started playing this game, we started playing and we wanted to be the server boss. We wanted to be the
yeah,
guild that owned the server, right? We didn't really know why. We just thought it would be cool. It'd be fun, to be like, yeah, like my guild owns the server. And so we did that. But then nowadays, like we realize that it doesn't matter who
yeah,
owns the server. Like
yeah,
literally there are no rewards at all. So there's no point to owning, to fight for like Senecon. You get nothing, right? So it's
yeah.
it's totally pointless. So like there's literally nothing to do on the day to day in the game. So I felt like Cassitan should have been the main game. Like they should have just replaced this world map that we have like right now, and just it should have just been Cassitan, right? But
Mm-hmm.
but also by fixing like the big problems, which is like, your fort needs to be in this or that place, and like you can't change guilds, or like, it just like there needs to be some things that needs to be fixed. But at this point, like the world map is completely obsolete,
Yeah, it is.
right?
It's like it used to matter, like who would own what server and all this. But nowadays, it's just like no one really cares
What
anymore. It's like
it
it's all
mattered, the
about,
reason it mattered was because back in the day we would always say like, oh well, if we don't own the server, then some big arcs are gonna come and they're gonna come and
yeah.
wreck us, you know?
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah, they're
like,
just gonna, like, whoever owns the server is just gonna open it up and
yeah, they're gonna
let
open it
whoever they
up,
want in.
and that was the motivation that we had. But the truth is, it's
Uh-huh.
like, yeah, they put all these rewards in Cassitan, but there's nothing, there's nothing for the regular map.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
that's that's
And it's
why.
like, and it goes back to, like I said too, they put all these rewards, but who is it for? It's not for the general players, that's for sure. It's only
Yeah.
for literally the top tier guilds, and that's it. It's
Yeah. I
like,
mean, they could easily add like more rewards for some of the other, for the smaller guilds and stuff. But
hmm
I mean, even if it's not, even without the rewards, if we could just have something to do, like
yeah,
like if you're in Cassitan, if you're not in the right place and your fort isn't in the right place, like you literally can't do anything.
yeah.
Like you just can't. The game
Uh-huh.
won't let you, right?
I think they also patched it to where if your fort is broken, now you can't do anything either, right?
It's so stupid. It's like, and the whole like having your fort just like constantly being attacked, it's just dumb,
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense.
Cassidy was more fun when you could break the borders.
Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense, right? And like, I honestly think that in order to fix the game, what they needed to do was they needed to make it so that Centicon is actually worth something. Like if someone,
Yeah.
like, there's like taxes, right? Like if someone spent gold in Centicon, dude, the guild should get that, like, get the taxes, the gold. If someone makes a market trade in Centicon, then the guild should get that 2% or whatever, like that's
hmm
how it's supposed to be. But without any incentive, like no one cares about fighting for caps. And the thing about the stupid thing about Cassitan is that after a month, it's over. It ends.
Yeah.
So there's no permanency to the game,
hmm
right? It's like after, like, okay, great, you own Centicon in Cassitan. Well, in a week, it's all gone. It's
Yeah.
all
Now
it's
you basically just
it
go back to
it
doing nothing.
it's you go back to doing nothing and reset. So it's like, what's the point of it, right?
Uh-huh.
So that's
And it's like with you said earlier about, you wish you Galactic campaign could be, like more than just once a week. I agree with that. Like there should be some kind of game modes. Like even though there's that world event thing, it's not really that fun to do. Like
the world event is not fun. Like, see, so the
it
the, the
really
main
isn't. Like they
issue
should create, like, I don't know.
well, the
I don't
main
know. They
issue was gonna be the map, and
uh
the second, like, not as big issue but still a big issue is Galactic Campaign. There needs to be a consolation bracket, right? Because if you don't make playoffs, which, like, only 32 guilds make playoffs, which means like the hundreds of other guilds don't make playoffs, you literally have nothing to do for
hmm
like an entire month or however long that takes.
Yeah.
Like, how hard would it be to have a consolation bracket so that people could keep playing, right?
hmm
And then not only that, but like once a week, like it just doesn't make any sense. Like you literally the past 6 months, when I was still playing, it was literally just like I was just logging in just to play Galactic Battle.
Yeah.
You
That's like the
know,
only real fun that thing there is to do is because you can like be competitive against this other guild and like there's really no stakes in it besides your gold, but it's just like uh but it's just more fun because you're fighting against another guild from another server. It's like
yeah. And then the matchmaking, I mean, sometimes you get into like these no shows. So Galactic campaign is just,
yeah, that
yeah,
too.
yeah. The playoffs, I can't believe.
I
The
don't know. Like maybe what they should do is have it at least twice a week, and then once it gets into the higher brackets, like you know, a little later down the road, maybe make it once a week once it starts becoming like way more competitive.
I think
Um,
once a week would be acceptable if there was more stuff to do in the game.
yeah.
You know?
If there was more stuff to do, then yeah, Galactic Campaign could definitely be a one a week thing.
Yeah.
Then they're like, well, we got World Event. You guys want World Event? I don't know if anyone wanted that, to be honest.
No,
Maybe
no,
Odad.
no.
But
I mean, because okay, the thing that brought me to Ark of War, the two things that brought me to Ark of War in the beginning was number one, the social aspect, and number
uh,
two, the risk that was involved in playing the game, where you could fight someone and there would be actual risk involved where your
yeah.
troops could die and they could be gone forever. But I feel like they've been, like there's no risk anymore.
Hmm.
Well, there's much less of it, and I
Yeah,
think
much less of a
you know,
risk.
and then
And
that's
I think that too stems from the big guys because the big guys are just like, well, we spent all this money. We have all these troops. I don't want to lose them because they're just horribly expensive. But
yeah
at the
that
same time, it just like ruins it for the smaller like players. It really does. It's like the game is just based around even early game now, it's based around late game stuff. It really is. Like there's all kinds of um like even with peak contests, right? Like even the peak contests, you are fighting people who are just much larger than you. And you have to spend all this money to get to these people who are in end game times as an early time player and like early game player. And I don't know. They should definitely like separate a lot of this stuff into smaller brackets, like more concise brackets, so that if there are like big players, big spenders, all that, they should be in their own brackets. Like they should be going against each other, right? And then there's the middle tier players which it makes up a majority of Ark of War. Like it really does. Like the middle tier makes up, I would say, at least 50 to 60% of the game, who should all be in their own tier, fighting amongst each other, doing all this stuff with each other. And then yeah, early game people who just have their own thing, which when they put the you know how they have a early game shield so that no one could join that server. I think that was a pretty good idea because there was
mhm.
all these tier 12 nemesis arcs just going over and take over the servers
Yeah.
from especially
But like,
those
but
tier
here's the
12
thing though, it's
nemesis
like
arcs are from
it doesn't
uh,
even matter though. Even if you take over the server, so what?
yeah,
Like there's no
because
you don't lose anything,
yeah,
you know? So that's why it's like come on. Like there needs to be more rewards. And you know that like Seven Pirates is capable of it because they have Cassitan, which has crazy rewards if you are, if you're the ruler or
uh-huh.
whatever. So
Yeah, let me see. Like if you were to just take in full complete control of the server, like right now SSS and CDX has 310 tokens, right? they could literally get, I don't know, two Regulus. Actually, get more than one. They could get literally all the brand new gear, and then they get their proton bots, their nanobots, their primary AIs. They could just level that up right up to level 50. And it's like, and what do like the smaller guilds get? Literally nothing. Like the Cassitan is legit just for the big guys. And like anyone who argues otherwise is just
What I
arguing
mean,
for fun.
the thing is though, it's like that they at least there's something,
Yeah.
because I keep repeating this, but it's like on the main world there is nothing.
Yeah. There's absolutely
There's
nothing. It's like you
absolutely
can't get anything for owning Sensicon.
there's
It's just
absolutely
resources and that's
nothing.
it.
And that's why I just don't want to play the game
It's
anymore.
like,
Because
uh-huh.
before it was always like, oh well, this Chinese guild is gonna come and bring their big arcs, or like freaking Grim is gonna bring his buddies
Fuck.
and come and fuck us up if we don't hold on to the server. So we're like,
Yeah.
so we had to like try our best to hold the server, but now it's just like, who
Yeah.
cares? Who
And
cares?
especially too, like the merges were always so fun.
Yeah, and the
Like when we would
merges
merge.
were so much fun, and they stopped doing merges and they started doing freaking
Cassidy.
Cassitan instead. And Cassitan is just, it's so much worse than a merge because you can't.
Yeah.
It's like, I remember when Cassitan first came out, I was like, all right, this is the new merge. And then I try to like go to like some capital or like go to some other place, and then it's like, oh, you can't. You can't go there because you
Mhm.
don't own the border. It's like,
Yeah.
what the
Here's the
hell?
thing. I think Cassidy could be a lot more fun if they literally based it off of a merge. Like they would put like around the same power servers all in one place, right? And
Yeah.
then instead of having to move the fort everywhere, you would just have to be within a small radius of the fort, like of the gates or of the capitals. And let's say only a certain amount of people can actually get in there, right? So you can only fit, let's say, like 50 arcs inside that gate area. Like, and that way you can make it more competitive, you know?
Yeah.
Instead of just say you have to move your fort everywhere, you can only fit a certain amount of people inside of a gate area. And those are the people who can compete for the gate or the capital and all that, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that could be done. But I just feel like Cassitan should have been the main game,
Yeah.
like straight up. Like, cuz they have the technology, right? Like they
Hmm.
have the technology to put like all these guys, all these arcs onto the same server and
Yeah.
not have the game explode,
Hmm.
right? So they can do it. But why?
Yeah.
Why don't they do it? This doesn't make any sense.
Hmm.
Yeah. And like I'm just really sad that STL, our guild that we put so much effort into it, it just died simply because we just got a bad draw in Galactic Battle and no one had anything to do and they got bored.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Hmm.
and it's really stupid because I was in LOP, and LOP, like literally, like LOP is like they have nobody. Like
Yeah.
they suck. Like, not like
Yeah.
the guys don't suck. The guys are awesome, but their arcs are crap,
Yeah.
right?
Because they don't do anything unless it's actually like Galactic campaign. I talked to them about it earlier,
Yeah.
and they said
Well, no, but
they
like
don't
their
even try
their
anymore with like,
participation is like, there's like less than 10 guys that go to each galactic battle.
really?
Less than 10. Yeah.
Hmm.
So when I say they suck, I
Interesting.
don't mean like the players suck. I mean like their participation is suck, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, they got 33rd place,
Uh huh.
right? But then STL, just because we got matched up with some like top guilds, we didn't even make top 80, and then everyone got all upset and got bored. I mean, I don't blame them for leaving, but
Hmm.
I just feel like it's the game's fault, you know? Cuz like
Yeah.
as the guild as one of the guild leaders, I always try my best to like make it fun for the guild members and try to like give them stuff to do, give them a goal. I would tell people like, "Yo, the freaking Chinese guild is coming for us, so you guys better build up your arcs and fight." And
Yeah.
but there's nothing left.
Yeah.
There's just nothing
There really
left.
isn't. Especially like at this point, it's like we're so late game now that they don't really give you much. You know what I mean? It's like when you're early game, you have all kinds of like stuff to look forward to. But now that we're late game, it's like what do we really have to look forward to? It's like maybe the possibility of, an invasion.
Well, the funny thing is
Maybe
that
like
nothing really changed because the rewards for Senecon never really changed. Because think about it. Okay, let's think about like an alternate reality, okay?
uh-huh.
Imagine if Grim won, okay?
Uh-huh.
And then he brings in all his buddies with like huge amounts of power, okay?
Yeah.
What change does that make? He owns Centicon, okay? And then nothing. He just owns Senecon. That's it.
Well,
With,
yeah,
with the
and the fact that we have to like, deal with a bunch of these big power players.
no, but like you're shielded, so
Yeah,
and then like,
I'm never shielded.
well, you're not shielded, but most people are shielded, and then you farm with rangers in like tier one, so it's like, oh, okay, the guy was bored and he attacked your tile. Like, who cares? Like, it doesn't
Uh-huh.
it doesn't matter that they took over Senecon. It just doesn't matter.
Hmm.
Like, it doesn't actually matter. So that's why it that's it. The game didn't change. It's just the mindset where it's like we've been playing the game long enough where we actually realize like, oh, there's actually no point.
Yeah. Hmm. I definitely got to that point when let me think about this. I don't know. The merge definitely like kicked me back into the game. Like I don't know. I like going up against like a huge opposition. Like when we got merged with the 1440, like when 1440 became a thing, I was like, heck yeah, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is what I've been waiting for so long. Like
Yeah.
actually like having something to defend, to protect,
Yeah.
to like keep out of the hands from someone else. It's
But then
like
it was
the
over
merges are
so
great.
fast.
Yeah.
And the reason it was over was because I think everyone also realized they were just like, oh, fuck it, let's just STL wants Centicon so bad, just give it to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
They didn't put up that much of a fight.
Yeah,
That's for
because why
sure.
would they?
Yeah.
You know?
The things I like doing sometimes is sometimes like back in the day I would just go to like a smaller server and just fuck with people. Like literally just attack their Senecons, attack their forts, attack their players. Just because like I was like even though I was small, I was still like a good match for them because they're newer, so they don't have the gear necessarily to compete with me.
So okay, you're basically scrub stomping.
I was scrub stomping people. And that's like
Okay.
even though it's like, a dick move, it's still like what keeps you playing, like just fighting other people. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But it's like at this point, it's like when do you really fight people? It's just like just Galactic campaign really, and then Cassitan, like you have a chance to fight if your fort is somewhere.
But it's like so hard to get your fort in the right place and like get
Yeah.
everyone online.
And if you can't like develop a relationship with the people next to you, you're just not going to progress. Like you have to work with like every single server you come in contact with. Like if you don't, then you're just not gonna do anything.
Yeah. Well, it was fun while it lasted, but yeah. I mean, my king, I'm at 125 million power. Uh I've got my maxed out pen king, but can't use them.
Yeah.
I kind of want to just go to Cassitan and just see who will fight me, but like it won't even work.
Why not? Why would I just go to wait, you're on 1440?
Yeah.
I want to do some that Cassidy.
Uh
Who'd you
uh
get matched up with? NYC?
NYC and DZG.
Of course. Of course.
DZG, yeah.
Who did we get matched up with here on
And NYC.
1267? We got matched up with first red CDX.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Lowest powers or highest powers. 1 billion actually. It's not, I guess it's not that bad, but it's like when you're talking about you know, DOD and uh FTW, like our biggest players are 467 million and we're in 10th place. Like Red Rum is 10th on the leaderboard. It's like CDX is 1,700,000,000, 700,000,000, 500,000,000. It's like it's really not something you just compete with, you know?
Yeah.
I mean with DoD, they're kind of set up to have a good casting game going because they got DoD, FTW, they got a couple other guilds. They got like 4 guilds on one server. And it's like they can, try to do something. But I'm looking at the map right now and we only own just 2 areas and that's our starting areas. Everything else is owned by CDX and first. It's like you can't really do anything.
I mean, but that all just goes back to in 3 days, everything gets
Will just not
reset.
exist.
Everything goes away. It's like, yes, that is the situation now, but it'll be you'll be back to the world, and yeah.
And
So
you'll be back to your old world where
nothing
there's nothing to do
happens.
until Galactic Campaign comes back.
And then once a week you'll log in, and then for like the first 3 or 4 weeks it'll be a bunch of noob guilds or no shows, and then finally on the 5th week maybe you'll fight someone good, but
Uh,
then you know
oh man, NYC lost in the third match.
yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Chinese guys are taking a GC back over again. It's CHN versus DZG.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even care, man, because I just feel like, where's my freaking consolation bracket? That's what I'm saying. Like,
Where's
yo,
their losers bracket? Come
where's the
on.
losers bracket? Like, I want to play. I want to play, man.
We're a bunch of losers, but we still like playing,
Yeah,
damn it.
we still get to play, you know?
The only thing that's actually fun about this game is just going and just tearing people apart. Like either you get teared apart or you tear someone else apart, but either way, that's the fun part of the game.
I mean,
It's like,
how long is playoffs? Like, seriously, okay, it's 32 guilds, right? So
yeah.
that's 16 matches, and there's one match per week. Oh no, 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 no. That's no. It's like there's 2 sides, right? So it's like
hmm
8. I don't know. I can't do math.
I
It's like
think there's
one.
16 per side, right?
It's like
Yeah. So
one or two
16.
months. Oh
Yeah.
wait, here it says. It says it's 1 month. It's from September 8th until October 9th. So yeah. So for a whole freaking month,
Yeah.
there's nothing to do.
Yeah, and for a whole month, you might as well just shield up and just take a nap.
Yeah.
Or start a little baby arc so you can actually do something.
Uh, I don't really want to start a baby arc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just be a nemesis arc.
I just no
Just be
like
a Nemi Uber.
I would be honestly like I just don't see the point of playing the game anymore. That's the
Yeah.
issue. You know?
Uh-huh.
Like look, I have 7,425 tier 11 infantry.
Mm-hmm.
I feel no connection to them. Like
Yeah.
if I were to lose them all, I could give zero fucks.
If I were to lose 7,000 tier 11, oh well, that's on them.
you know, like whatever. It's like I honestly don't care. It's the only issue
Yeah.
is like
It's King's fault for not triggering properly.
yeah, I mean the thing is I would like to see them die for a good reason, obviously, you know, but it's
Yeah.
like there's nothing for them to die for.
Yeah.
There's nothing for them to fight for.
Yeah. Not a lot of the time, though. A lot of the time, they're just sitting there until, Galactic campaign.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's like, yes, I could, you know, probably go bug EXE or whatever guild and keep bugging them and keep telling them, hey, I've got a full pen king. Let me in. I'm not T12, but you know, I can
No,
still.
no, no, Looper, that's not what you do. Okay, you don't bug them that way. You just keep attacking their tiles.
You just keep attacking them and just be like, I ain't gonna leave you
Keep
alone until you let
attacking.
me in.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna leave you alone until you let me in, and I'm thoroughly satisfied. If
yeah,
I'm bored, I'm leaving. Attack your tiles again.
yeah. I'm just gonna attack everybody until you let me into your freaking guild, you know. But
Yeah,
it's like I don't know. Galactic Battle just doesn't motivate me enough to play anymore.
yeah.
You know,
But Uber, what about all the guildmates that you're with? Like, what about them, Uber?
my guildmates all left me. They all left me.
Oh my
No, you
God.
know what's funny
Yeah.
is that the cool guys, they all kind of quit. Like
Yeah.
the guys who are I was cool with, they quit. Like a lot of guys quit already. That's the other thing. Right?
I think you cut out there for a second.
I said, oh yeah, because my computer is like freezing. I think Nox is freaking causing
Oh yeah,
issues. It sucks.
it could be.
But
Yeah, upgrade your RAM.
no, it's Nox player, man. I think Nox is going downhill. A lot of the cool guys quit, and then I mean, does Just Me still like Just Me doesn't even play that much anymore.
No, I don't. I haven't even talked to him in a
Like
good
whenever,
minute.
like
I
look,
should
like
though.
whenever I look, he's playing No Man's Sky right now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Anyways, so to wrap things up, Ark of War, it was a great experience. I enjoyed playing for, you know, for the year. So all good things must come to an end.
Heck yeah.